Hello, my name's Stuart. This is my eBay chat channel. So I've got an issue which has cropped up. I come on here, and if I have any interesting issues which I think might benefit you to know about, then I come on and make a video. What's happened is this, that for those of you who are buying raw mail postage via eBay, and if you're using large letters, you may have noticed that raw mail is now starting to scan a lot of large letters even when you've not paid the extra for the tracking. So I noticed a lot of if I look in my eBay account, I can see delivered, delivered, delivered next to a lot of, but not all of, the tracking information for my orders. I don't rely on that. If I have an expensive item to send out, I usually pay the extra for raw mail tracked, which um, I've never actually lost anything from raw mail tracked, whereas I have lost items that have been sent by raw mail signed for service. And obviously, I've lost large letters which have not been sent by proper tracked service. But the postman that comes here, I've noticed him. He's also starting to scan a lot of large letters fairly routinely. Well, it's quite useful, not least for the fact that with eBay, if you can provide a delivery scan, even if somebody opens a case, normally you win the case, or at least you don't have to pay the refund out of your own pocket. eBay usually pick up the tab. However, I've got a story which may interest you. So I sold something for about £20, say a month ago. I bought the shipping, large letter rate, second class, sent it out. About 10 days later, the guy opens a case, hasn't arrived. However, when I when I look at the sales record and look at the tracking, the word delivered is next to it, and I clicked on it, and I can see, sure enough, item delivered February, whatever it was, 22nd, 23rd. Oh, great, I'm covered. Fine. I asked the guy, it says it's been delivered. He says, well, I've got nothing. Okay, fair enough. It may well be that Royal Mail delivered it through the wrong letterbox and did a delivery scan. Well, in those situations, the seller is covered to the extent that he doesn't have to pay the refund. He doesn't get a defect on his account because it's not his fault that Royal Mail put it through the wrong letterbox or whatever the explanation. All you need is a delivery scan. The reason that eBay do this, the reason that they will pay out of their own pockets as long as you get a delivery scan is because if they didn't do that, what's the point in using tracking at all? What's the point in having tracking numbers if eBay are not going to give any seller protection? There's no point. Absolutely no point whatsoever. I mean, unless you're sending out something fairly expensive and you want to make sure that it arrives. But a lot of the items which I send out, they cost me like £1 or £2, and I sell them for between say £10 and £20. Shouldn't really be telling you my profit margin, should I? If it goes missing, then it's no massive big deal. But I've got a lot of items, branded items that cost me £10, and I sell them for about £22, and I don't make much money on them, to be honest with you. I only clear about £5 or £6 on them, but I do it just as a service for the buyers because they expect to see me with more. They expect to see a large inventory, and it's better to offer more than less, even if you've got some items which are not making you fantastic profit margin. So with items like that, it is a big deal if they go missing, and with those, I just tend to hope that they don't go missing. But of course, occasionally they do. But if I'm sending two of those to somebody, £40 worth, then I would usually use a proper track service to make sure that it gets there, because it'll be painful if it goes missing. But anyway, coming back to this case, I advised the buyer. I said, when the time is right, escalate the case, and eBay will give you a refund. I won't have to give a refund because it says it's been delivered. He said, okay. So he escalated the case yesterday. I thought, okay. He also bought the item, so I'm going to send it this time tracked to make sure it gets to him. eBay subsequently said, your funds are on hold due to a case. and they also sent me an email saying that they wanted the following. They wanted a post office stamped proof of postage showing the buyer's delivery address, right? This is for postage bought through them, second class, where they've got all the address details and everything. They say because the tracking does not show a delivery location. Okay, so I immediately responded. I shouldn't. This is a lesson for you. Don't immediately respond. But anyway, I immediately responded. I looked at the eBay tracking and actually, no, I went to Track and Trace and Royal Mail, looked at their tracking, and but what I didn't do is look at tracking details, and I just sent a screenshot saying delivered. But later on, I expanded tracking, and guess what it showed? It showed the delivery sorting office, and the sorting office is in London, exactly the same as where the buyer is, and it showed a map of the delivery location, GPS. Now, eBay said the reason they can't give the reason they want this proof of posting is because there's on the tracking there's no delivery location. Yes, there is. Of course, not via eBay's rubbish tracking link, which shows absolutely nothing. But if you go to Track and Trace and put the tracking number into Raw Mail Track and Trace, it shows you delivery location right down to the street. And I looked it up on Google Maps, and sure enough, the buyer's actual address is located on that map. And I pointed this out. I uploaded a screenshot of that map and all the tracking details and information. And I've said that since tracking actually does show delivery location, you should then therefore not require proof of posting with a post office stamp, etc. So I'm just waiting now to see what they're going to do with that. I think that the case concludes on the 20th of March, so I've got a couple of days to wait. What's the date? It's the 18th. Yeah, I'll let you know what happens anyway, and it will be interesting to see whether they actually refund out of their own pockets, or whether they sting me for the refund. If they do, frankly, I'll never bother using eBay postage again. I'll buy my postage directly from Click and Drop from now on, which is a little bit inconvenient because it takes a bit longer. But as a point of principle, if eBay are going to mess me around, and if despite having a delivery scan they're going to sting me for the refund, then there's no point buying any postage through them whatsoever. I might as well just buy it through Click and Drop. So that's about it. So just bear that in mind. But I will be back with a follow-up, or I'll leave a comment on this page to tell you what the outcome was. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.